Hi, this is Vi from Scrappy Mania, and today I got my 3D Floral Basics Shaping Mold. And I got this, my husband got credit. You know, we have credit cards that get bonuses. So he gave me the bonus to buy this from the credit card. And if you have those type of credit card, like if you buy gas, you get 3% back and stuff like that. So a lot of times what we do is we use it to buy the gas or food, and then we pay it as soon as we use it. We come home and do automatic bill pay. We'll just pay it out so that way we're not, you know, we don't forget about it. And you get bonuses. So we've been getting some bonuses lately, and he gave me this one. And sometimes we use the bonuses to pay down like the car or the house. But this time he gave me the bonus so I can buy this mold. So look how beautiful this mold is. So I'm going to try it out. And I'm going to try the mold for the Sun-Kissed flowers. I'm going to try it with this one. And I have the die. And then I do have this. This is the Botanical Rose. And I went ahead and also ordered the Classic Rose. I think that's the one that I'm getting from Amazon. I hope I didn't order the same kind of rose. But I'm going to go ahead and stamp these, and then I shall be back. So I came back because I want to show you that you don't have to be perfect to color these, because you're going to cut them out with your dies if you have the dies. If you don't have the dies, you may want to be a little more careful. That way you can run it through your scan and cut, and will cut fine. But I think even if you run it through your scan and cut, it will cut fine, even if you're outside the line. So I use my stamping pastels. I use my pan pastels. So this is on Amazon. I'll put the link for this, but these are mainly the ones used for flowers. And then I use my stamping pastel because I have some greens in there. I only have one green on this one, and I wanted a two-tone green. So you can use any kind of chalk that you have. So then now I'm going to go ahead and cut these out. And I'm going to run it through my die cutter machine. I think I'm going to use my Cricut to cut this out. Or not my Cricut. I'm going to use my my Cuttlebug. And let's see. So one trick for these. So this is. Let's see, which one is that one? Nope, I got the wrong die. This is Botanical Wings. And this is Botanical Wings. Oh, here. This is the right die. The one here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out individually. And I'm using 110 cardstock. I got this at Michael's, and it's pretty good cardstock. It's even good to make boxes, make cards. I really like how this cardstock feel, and it folds very nicely. So let me go ahead and cut these out. You're basically just going to align them and then cut them out. And I'm going to use my Sizzix for that and my magnetic plate. So let me go ahead and cut these out, and I'll be back. So I went ahead and cut all my flowers. So now let's go ahead and use this die. So I'm going to try it out with these are my Sun-Kissed flowers. Even if they don't fit, it will be fine. And I like this mold because hopefully I don't have to do the tedious job of molding with my embossing mat and my stylus. Actually, we need to go up. Let's see. No, upside down. It's upside down. Okay, I got some little ones here. That's another little one. And another little one. Okay, so you're going to take a fine mister and you're going to mist it. I wonder if this is broken. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this on top. Hold it. Now, if you visit the Heartfelt Creation website, they have a helpful guide on which kind of sandwich you need to use for the different type of machines that you have. For my sandwich, I just used the 2 cutting plates from Sizzix, and then I put the die in between both of them. And then it actually, when I read the instructions on the website, it said to add a shim. So I went ahead and just pulled a cardstock, some shim, just 1 layer, and ran it through that. And it did do a good job. So it does work for me. And each machine is going to be different, so you're going to have to test your machine. Ooh, look at that. Oh, looks pretty nice. Let's pop them out. Okay, looks pretty nice. So let's bring you closer to it and see, you can see those embossed areas. Really nice. You see the nice raised area? Now I'm ready to put my poppy seed one. And just try to match the size. This is huge there. That's too big. This one fits perfect there. And the trick for this is not to have too large of a flower, but if it overhangs a little bit, that's fine. It just makes an interesting little divot on the edge of your flowers if it's hanging over the plate. And I do like that, especially the leaf ones. Some of the leaves were hanging over and it had that nice little divot at the end. So just try to match the flower with the opening, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I think I don't have a smaller than that. I think that's good. Take some of my water, spritz it. Fine mist. Put my 2 Sizzix plates. Let me run this. Let me put this aside here. Let's see how they come out. Let's see how that came out. Pretty nice. Love it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all these flowers, and then we'll come back and put a couple of them together. So we'll see how it looks. Okay, so I had to come back because we have these leaves. So what I'm thinking is we can put the leaves more, the center of the leaf go in the center of this area here. But I think we can get some nice leaves just by placing these around here. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. I don't think she was showing, because I went on the Heartfelt Creation website, and I don't remember seeing any leaves. But I don't want to do the leaves either. I want to make sure the machine, this thing will do it, because I don't really want to emboss those leaves. So let's see what happens. So I'm putting the leaves a little, the stem is going to be in the middle of this mold. Spritz it. So push it down. Don't want to move it. Make my sandwich. Let's see how these come out. Run it through my Big Shot. This is just an awesome idea about these molds. Love it. There's a new set that Heartfelt Creation has. It's called the, I believe it's the Lily. And it has its own set of molds. So they made the mold, the same number of the mold will fit the same number of the flowers that you cut out. And I think I want to get that later on, maybe on Mother's Day. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. See how when you do that, it kind of, your leaves go back a little bit. Love it. Look at that. Look at that leaf. Perfect. So make sure you put it like over the areas here. Okay, so I am going to finish. I already finished these before I put them together. Okay, I want to go ahead and finish my poppy seeds. Blazing poppies. Oops, there's some more here. Missed these. And then we're going to put them together in a second. So ideally you want to start it with the clear plate on the bottom so you can sandwich it immediately and they don't move on you. So I shall be back. Okay, I came back because of these leaves. So the way I'm going to put these leaves, same way I put the other ones. Just going to put it around with the center, with the bottom of the leaf and the center of the mold. Okay, push it down. Don't let it move. Run it through. I'm running it. You're not going to see me running it through my Big Shot or Big Kick. And see? That's perfect. It has a little curve. See that little curve? Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and see what we can create with this. You're still going to need your embossing mat. And this is all dirty. Let me see if I can, we'll use the other side. And your stylus. And what you need to is just for the middle part, just to bring it up. So basically, you're just going to use your embossing mat with your stylus just to give it a little more form to your flowers. You can always use your hands as well. And it, even though you think, well, why you even run it through the plate? You could have just used your embossing stylus and your mat to do this. But the plate, what it does, it allows you to start to emboss on a lot of the flowers, and you spend less time. Like that one, you really don't need to mold it if you don't want to. I like to mold mine because I create three-dimensional flowers, but with those molds, you can take these flowers as is. You can put them one on top of the other, especially if you want to make some flat cards, and just, you're done. So I'm going to go ahead and create a bud with this one. This is the Blazing Poppy. And it has like a little bit of perforation on these little ones, and you just crack it open like that. Okay. Then we're going to turn it over. And I'm also going to look for my tweezers, because you may want to work on the edges. And we want to create a bud. I have my hot glue already set. See how that looks like a bud? I'm just going to put some hot glue so I'm creating like a little bud here. Hope you can see that. I'll put some hot glue. And then I don't want to get hot glue on my mat. I did that with this one. It has hot glue. So just be careful with the hot glue. So you might want to get a little Teflon area, so you can use this area to emboss and then use your Teflon here when you want to glue things together. Now we're going to get the next one. And we're going to insert this one in here. So put a little glue on the base of that bud and just put it on the next flower. And you don't have to make it so tight. See how that looks? That's pretty. Let's see, the next size, this is the next size from this one. Take my 4mm, indent it, and take your tweezers and work the edges. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this base. Put it on here. See how that's looking? And then if you want to close it a little bit, see how it's open here? Just put a little glue on that base and then push it up. Let it dry a little or cool down a little. Do that over here. And actually that just needed that little bit there. So there's a bud. You can leave it just like this and put it on your project, or we can even go one step further and put this one here. You're going to go ahead and push down. Let's push down over here. So that way you can see it. So I'm going to push down here. Turn it around and just push on the back to really crinkle it, and then push down there. See how that gives it a lot of dimension. Just go ahead and glue that there. Put some hot glue at the bottom. Offset this so that way these petals are in between the other petals. And you're going to need another one and offset that like so. And actually this one you don't really need to do much. That's what I like, not a lot of fuss. You just basically just use the next one. Put it down like so. And if you want a big one, you can go ahead and put that right there. You might need two big ones. Let me see. Actually, just shift a little. Shifting. I think it's just moving. Let it cool down before you move it, because it starts shifting. That's a good thing about when you use high temperature, you do have a little play time. When you do low temperature, sometimes it cools too quickly for you, so if you place it down, it doesn't really adhere because it already cooled. The high temperature allows you to more flexibility, but you got to make sure you let it cool down. May want to put one more, like so. And look at these leaves, just wonderful. I'm going to put that leaf there. Really love this mole. I do, because see, I didn't have to do anything with that leaf, and look at that. It's beautiful. I need to cut a lot more of these leaves. Here's another one. Perfect. Actually, I should have cut more of these leaves. Look at that sweet little flower. Beautiful with that mole. And let me bring it up so you can see the dimension of that flower. You can see those ridges, just like those prima flowers I love. Look at those nice little ridges on there. Just love it. Put a little bit of glitter, and it's just going to be a wonderful flower. So now, let's go ahead and bring our next flowers. And let me look and see. We're going to use small ones. Create our buds with these little ones. Then we're going to go the next size, which is this one. May put a couple of these. Oh, look at that one. That one's really nice. Maybe a couple of these, and then a large one. So let's go ahead and get started. Still using the 4mm stylus. Push down, and I want to create a bud. I'm going to use my tweezers. Kind of go around the edges here. Oops. Let's do this again. Okay. Now I'm going to use this one. And I maybe want to just close it up a little more. See how I'm closing it? Let's put a little glue here. Okay. And let's go ahead and put a little glue right here so we can close it up. Just be careful not to burn yourself. So I'm closing it up just a tad more. And then I'm going to go ahead, let's see, there's a smaller one, which is this one. I'm going to use that one. The only problem with using hot glue, you get all those little glue strings. Okay, use your tweezers to kind of give it a little bit of form to your flower, like so. don't know what's going on with my camera. It keeps getting fuzzy. And see, there's a nice cute little bud. That's all you have to do, not much. If you want to close it a little bit, see how it's open there, put a little bit of glue on the base of this, and then just bring it up your petals and let it cool down so it stays in place. And then I'm using my fingers to kind of push it down, those petals down. I know, and look at my hands, it's filled with, that's actually pastels, the pan pastels. Okay, you see that? Then we're going to put that one there, and look how cute, just like that, it will work on a project. Oops, take that out. Let's give it, went ahead and put the flower upside down. I'm going to turn it over, and see, that gives it a little more dimension. Put some hot glue on the base of this, and make sure that I offset it a little bit so that this petal is between these two petals. And see, that looks a lot better. So we're just going to take this flower, do the same thing. Just at the edges, we're going to push down to give it a little more curve. And we're going to put some hot glue on the base of the flower, offset it, and there. And it'll be even cute like that. You can even put one of these. Let's go and find one of these little leaves and just put it right there. There you have a nice cute little flower. Let's go ahead and do a small one. That's cute. So let me bring you out. So there you have two cute flowers. These are just beautiful flowers. You can put some glitter glue on the edges. You can put a little rhinestone in the middle. You can even put some stems if you want in there. But very pretty flowers. So I really love this mold. So this is called the 3D Floral Basic Shaping Mold. Is $29.99 on Heartfelt Creation. If you buy $100 worth of products, it's free shipping. And depending where you live, it will free tax. So to me, it's worth it. It's really worth it getting the molds. I love them. There's 3, right now they have 4 different type of molds. They have one for the Poinsettia. They have the Classic Rose mold, which that's the next one I want to get. And then they have the Lily mold, which is definitely the one that I want to get with the stamps. I don't have the Lily stamps. I do have the Classic Rose stamp. So I really want that Lily one. And so I'm waiting for it to maybe on Mother's Day. They may have a deal, or I'm not sure. But I really love those molds. So if you're looking for something, if you have issues with shaping your flowers, arthritis, or your flowers is, you want to make tons of flowers pretty quickly, this is what you need. You need these molds. So I hope you like it, and thank you for watching. Bye now.